My gems, what's happening? Happy Friday, gems. Gems, I'm still struggling with this little allergy thing here, but so pardon my nasalness. I am taking my Zyrtec and all the things I'm supposed to be doing, but it's clinging to me. It's clinging to me. Um, but Jim, so let's get into it. So last week, I mentioned to you that there was a shift in the atmosphere. There is definitely a shift going on. God is definitely trying to get your attention, knocking on your door, trying to show you a different way of living and moving different, how you operate, in certain spaces. There's a shift. There's a shift going on, and you have to know how to move and how to operate in this time and in this season that you are in. You can't be out here telling folks all your business, whether it's about your marriage or your children or your finances or whatever God has lined up for you. You just can't be out here jibber jabbering. You can't be telling all the business, James. You can't, because let me tell you, while God is team God, team us, the enemy plays both sides, unfortunately, Gems. Yes, that is a news alert. The enemy plays both sides. So sometimes we have to move in silence. You know, moving in silence confuses the enemy. It truly does. And if I don't love anything else, I love to confuse the enemy. So I say that to say, there's this proverb. I think it says, the wise man, even when he holds his tongue, says more than the fool when he speaks. So, there's a saying, we are forced to be reckoned with. Well, it's nothing like a silent force. A silent force is powerful, gems. Proverbs 10 and 14 says, the wise store up knowledge, but the mouth of the fool masters destruction. Okay, so I don't need to say no more. Um, so I'm going to need you, gems, to be mindful. I'm going to need you to be cautious of what you put into the airspace. Sometimes we get ahead of ourselves and we get to talking and sharing stuff, but sometimes you have to move in silence, gems. Sometimes you just can't put everything out into the airspace before it is the appointed time. Moving in silence is a beautiful thing. It truly is. It creates some mystery about yourself, keep people guessing. That's a beautiful thing. Everybody does not need to know the odds and ends of everything that you do 24/7, 365 days a week, a year. And if you have someone that's in your circle that's like that, or people that you are around that are constantly wanting to know your business, it's nothing wrong with beginning to stop all of that and just to begin to move in silence. Some things going on in your life, like I said, are not meant to be said until the appointed time. If you say things before the appointed time, that could cause some destruction. Um, when you're building and you're moving in silence, Gems, guess what? The enemy doesn't know where to attack. Isn't that a beautiful thing? If you're not saying anything about what's going on in your life and your marriage and with your kids, with your job, whatever it is, if you're not saying anything, the enemy can't attack you. He can't figure out, where do I go? What do I attack? Because you're not putting anything into the airspace for him to attack. So sometimes talking too much can truly be used as a weapon against you. And I'm going to give you a perfect example. James, I'm going to take you back about 20. No, let me stop lying right now. Lord, this is a long time, because people who know me, they're gonna be able to figure this out. This is back in maybe 1988, 89 era. I was selected to do a dance video, right? To be in a dance in a television video of some sort. And I had shared this moment with a friend of mine because I was so excited, Gems. I was like, oh my gosh, I just went in there. I didn't do nothing spectacular, and I wasn't no professional dancer by any means, but I must have had certain moves that they liked because I did get selected. But prior to that, I had shared it with someone, and the person that I shared it with, she happened to be a professional dancer. And Gems, when I winded up at the audition, she was there. I was like, oh my gosh, I told her. Now she, what? But it's all good. God is good. It was a lesson learned, but that is something that I'm speaking of. When you move in silence, sometimes people can't figure you out. But if you're talking too much, hey, it's fair game. But needless to say, I got the part. So, I did a little dance with Chris Rock back in the day. Don't y'all go looking. Don't go looking for that. But anyway, that is just an example of why moving in silence sometimes is necessary, because you could be going through something right now where you're trying to jump off a big project, or something is going on beautiful in your marriage or with your kids. And sometimes when you put things out into the airspace before time, as much as we don't want to think that people speak against us or pray against us or wish that we don't succeed, there are people out here like that, Gems. And I'm just going to say this: if you're moving in silence, then you don't have anything to worry about, right? So greatness will speak for itself once it's done. Greatness is in results. Greatness is not in your talk. So, Gems, when you move in silence, it allows you not only to listen because you're no longer talking, but it allows you to see. It allows you to observe. It allows you, you just learn so much. And let me say this, Jim, sometimes you may learn things that you probably didn't want to know. I mean, you may start seeing things that, gosh, had I been talking so much, I might not have noticed that, or I might not have caught that. So moving in silence is a blessing. And Gems, if you do find yourself in a situation where, gosh, I really didn't want to know that, God would never, 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 not never, ever expose you to something like that that he won't use for your good. So that is why we must trust the Lord with all thine heart. Lean not unto thine own understanding, but in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. That is his word, not mine. But yeah, Jim. So start learning to move in silence, not speaking too much until the appointed time. And yes, some people might come up to you and be like, she moving and she acting funny. Ha ha, it ain't funny. It's just different. And Gems, I dare you to be different. I dare you to be different. But I love you guys so much. I hope that this word has blessed somebody. And I will see you guys next Friday. Talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.